What's up, Golden Frying? Wow. What's up, Golden Frying Pan people? Welcome back to the kitchen. I hope you guys had a good week. First week being 20. The exact same. I don't know. Whenever people are like, "What is time?" I just give them the answer like it's a unit of measurement. It's not some philosophical like deep-seated question. It's objectively like it can be, I guess. It's whatever you want it to be, but also objectively looking at it, it's a unit of measurement, right? It's like asking what a foot is or a meter is if you are, you know, one of them Euro commie people or whatever. But no, it's been an interesting week, but not more interesting than this upcoming week, which is set to be quite literally one of the most important of my life potentially, which is so interesting to talk about because I'm sure that there are plenty of times in the past where I could look back at it, or I can't even think about it because of how insignificant it ended up being. But at the moment, it really did feel important, and at this moment, it does feel important, right? Um, Next week I took a week's worth of vacation off, and I'm going to be entirely focusing on making videos, on focusing on YouTube creation, and seeing if I am able to do it. Because right now there's just some scheduling issues and pressure and stuff like that. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right. Actually, I'm saying what I'm doing is really, really stupid and probably not a good idea for most people, but it is something that I've thought of. It is something that, obviously, going through the motions of this is me thinking about it. And I've always been somebody that's more attuned to risk and gambling. Unfortunately, I have terrible luck, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, guys. I don't tend to have very good luck. At least I've been trying to play poker as of recent, and I tell you what, my hands are awful. Like, just so bad, and I don't even really know how to play, but I like to play, so I keep playing. And I'm probably set to be pretty well similar going forward in other ways. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's a different thing, and maybe poker I'm just unlucky. But it is definitely something that I have to keep in mind. It's something that I have to really be conscious of. That's luck, and that is factors I can't control, outside factors, right? But something else, of course, is that is very important to know, which is kind of what I'm trying to learn at this moment. Is capability and ability. Different ways to push myself, different ways to go forward. And I mean, I've really thought about this. I've thought about it up and down, left and right, and taking this week break is a way of thinking about it because it's seeing if I'm able to keep on schedule for this week. If I'm able to keep it all going. I believe in my ability. I want to specify that. I believe in my ability to do this. I believe in my intent to do this. However, the biggest issue that I've had in the past has been that crossroads of intent and really the payoff, I guess. I don't know if the payoff's the right word, but the follow through, I guess. The ability to see something, know that I need to do it, and rationalize that, and then the failure to actually capitalize on that. It's difficult, right? I've talked about it multiple times in the past, and so I won't bore you by talking about it again. But regardless, this will be a very important week for me. This is something that next week you're going to hear from me. This is a bit of a branching path moment, potentially. If it isn't, it will be important to know if it is or isn't. That's good information to have. It's good information to know. I believe in my ability, right? That's never been. Wow, that scout just took a collateral. It's never been an issue of if I can be great It's always been an issue if I can really focus on how I want to be great. And because, whenever you try and juggle 50 different balls, you have too many balls, and you're going to end up dropping one. What the? Oh. If you're just concerning yourself with one or two ball, well, one ball isn't really juggling. That's just kind of like tossing a ball in the air. But you know what I'm saying, like 4, 5 balls. Now that's juggling. Three, I want to say is probably like the standard juggling number. 4, you're getting up there. Right now, I'm kind of trying to juggle 5 different things: my own expectations of myself, my expectations of the future, and my belief of how I would go about that. Yeah. So next week you will see me after a canon event, quite potentially. You're gonna see me having either worked on it and believing in my ability, because I don't. Okay, here's the thing. I don't necessarily need to succeed. I don't need to be at 100 billion subscribers with $1,000 every second in the bank or anything like that by the end of next week. I just need to do it for me. I need to be able to say I need to be able to say no to other people, to people that I want to hang out with, and I need to be able to believe in myself and have no excuses going forward, because I have done it. I know I can do it. And I think this week will prove that. Or it'll prove that I'm not ready yet and that I still have work. And I'll have a better idea of how I need to work on it. Often whenever we tend to think of these critical moments, sometimes they're not ones that we really have any control over. Or we really realize they were critical until they happen, after they happen. But sometimes we see them, and sometimes we know them, and sometimes we make them. And I feel like this is a moment for me where it's a lot of my own flaws and ideas coming to a head and coming to a clash, and we're going to see what version of me makes it out of that clash. So, yeah. I hope you guys had a good week. I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.